just over an hour's worth of content with both directs together.
Yep, and so hello everyone. Welcome to a possibly extra long Professionally Unprofessional podcast. I'm Calvin Atkinson, joined once again by my good friends Reese and Elliot.
Hello, everyone.
What up, Storm people? I was gonna do something that I just I saw the joke before figuring out the punchline.
Do you know what's amazing? We planned this. We planned this direct. We planned for the Professionally Unprofessional, like well in advance. You're like, okay, we'll do the Nintendo Direct one. Then the State of Play gets announced, and now we've got to do 2 in 1. We haven't had to do that since E3 of 2021, when we did the Xbox show and the Square Enix show together.
Lucky all of you.
Yep. And now now Alfie has invaded the camera.
After he's pouring my leg to jump up.
Reese's dog is loving the Nintendo Direct talk.
Footage that you all cannot see.
Hence why...
And for that we can apologize, because this will, let's be honest, seeing Alfie will be the best part of this bloody recording.
Hence why I'm trying to make this the last audio-only one. I'm planning to, in future, possibly record our Google Meet chats.
Ooh!
I'm looking into how to do it, but in the meantime...
The only way I could guess is OBS.
Yeah. I mean, I'm working on it, but the biggest part of this conversation so the biggest part of Nintendo Direct was it was coming up a lot earlier than usual, and all of us in the UK had to watch the American stream because of the Her Majesty's death. We had to the country's in a state of national mourning. And therefore, the Nintendo UK said, well, we're not going to live stream it, but we will upload it 20 minutes after the Direct when everyone knows that all has been announced on it.
Yeah, how many people decide, no, the Queen's died, we wait?
Do you know what's amazing? Reese actually said a really good tweet. I sent a tweet out saying, we all know what happened, with the gif of the BP guy from South Park saying, "We're sorry." And then Reese said,
I would have done one saying happy for Nintendo fans, they get to watch a Direct twice.
And Reese then said one saying it's good the Queen posthumously allowed the Direct to go ahead on the bottom of it. That got a ton of likes.
Yeah, gave consent.
Yep. So that was a weird scenario. I remember I saw a tweet basically saying someone looked at the rumours that the Direct was delayed and it was happening on the Tuesday and said, fuck it, we'll do both. But I think the reason why the Direct wasn't live streamed in the UK became very apparent by the end, and we'll obviously get into that when we get to the final game talk on this one. So we'll start things.
Spoilers! Everyone already knows what it is.
Yeah, everyone knows what it is, but obviously we'll get to the discussion on that one as we go. So first 2 announcements of the Direct were 2 that I pretty much said when I was talking about my predictions online were a lock for this. So the new Fire Emblem game got announced. It's called Fire Emblem Engage.
Serious question about that. What the fuck is that character design?
Yeah, apparently it is designed by a prominent VTube designer.
It is the ugliest. This is the ugliest Fire Emblem character we've ever had.
I actually quite like the design of the new Fire Emblem prototype.
No, I'm sorry. I hate it. I hate it. It's so bad.
What do you think?
Old Colgate head.
Okay, well we'll put the thing to one side. It does involve like a whole wearing rings to bring back characters from throughout the franchise. Apparently, this was meant to be a game for the anniversary, but it got an internal delay, and Nintendo's just been figuring out where to place it ever since. This game has actually been done for like a year. And they've just been waiting for the right time. It's going to come out January 20th. Apart from the character design, what do you guys think of it?
Well, Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I'd say it looks good. I like the fact that this time it's it looks like it's going to be one campaign rather than 3 campaigns, which, as much as I really like Fire Emblem Free Houses, it did make you feel a little exhausted with just how much you had to play to get the full character out of it and all that business.
And then with the extra DLC story path too.
Yeah, and all that business. But I feel like I kind of said when the next Fire Emblem came out, I kind of want it to just be one campaign.
Yeah, this definitely feels like it's going back to basics.
Yeah, it's a very but I think it does look a bit better than Free Houses. Free Houses looks good.
Oh yeah.
Free Houses looks good, but it also does kind of look a bit like a HD 3DS game at times.
Yeah.
Whereas this does feel like it's been made with the Switch hardware in mind. Elliot, you probably play the most prominent Fire Emblem on this. What was your thoughts on the look of it overall?
Again, the main character, ugly. But aside of that, my main thought is just, it's more Fire Emblem. I'll be honest, if I'm being entirely honest, I'm getting a bit tired of Fire Emblem.
Which is weird because overall, before we were worried Nintendo was going to abandon it completely, and now we're in this position. I mean, I must be honest, I really like the look of this new Fire Emblem. I'm really excited to get my hands on it. I think one of the things that's correct me if I'm wrong on this, Elliot, is one of the things that's dampened it on you the fact that Fire Emblem Warriors Free Hopes wasn't very good.
Kind of.
I think that might be taking it. So next one.
Just before we move on, it does look like you can choose between a male or female protagonist by looking at the box art.
Well, that's kind of been a standard going forward.
Just in a lot of people haven't mentioned that in the coverage.
Yeah,
at least from what we can say.
Yeah, that's surprising. But again, it is kind of standard now. Like Byleth, you could choose male or female. Corrin.
Yeah, you could do that in most Fire Emblem games, I think, at least since Awakening.
Yeah, it's going to make me wonder, for example, if some of the ones that since Awakening they've come out, so like with characters like Robin and Corrin and all that business, when their rings show up in this, which version will they go with? Which will they decide which version's canon, for example? So, for example, I think with Byleth, they might choose the female version of Byleth to be canon.
I'm going to go with male for Robin, specifically because they went with the male version in Fire Emblem Warriors.
And they went with the male version in Smash Brothers initially. Corrin...
And they went with the female version of Corrin in Fire Emblem Warriors, so I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the way around. And I think it's going to be female Byleth because that was on a lot of the promotional art for Fire Emblem Warriors Free Hopes.
Yeah, well, at least this goes a good look at the next new Smash character.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we don't.
The main reason why I think they went with female Byleth on the Three Hopes is because I think they can't Shez, the main character, they normally promoted him as male, and Byleth's gender was always the opposite of whatever Shez was.
But well, no, you can make it the same gender. I had male and both male Byleth and Shez in my playthrough, but
it's normally their default.
Oh yeah, normally the default. Yeah, but the weird thing for me is though with is I don't think you can. Well, there's no romance options in Free Hopes, so I don't understand why that was the case. I mean, obviously, but I mean, I really like the tactical RPGs. I'm especially getting back into them thanks to Digimon Survive, so I'll be happy to play this in January. Next game on the list, this leaked out early. It Takes Two.
Oh my!
It Takes Two. Comes out November 4th for Switch. Allows for both. But the great thing about this one is you can play co-op with someone who doesn't own the game on their Switch.
My main thought honestly when I saw this was I did not realize that wasn't on Switch.
What were you going to say, Reese?
You should just go over the terms and conditions. It says you need a friend pass in order to share it locally with a friend. So some cost may be involved with that.
So yeah, there is a little bit of hoops to jump, but it does make it a bit easier to do co-op than it did on PlayStation and Xbox. I'm interested to see what the game runs and plays like on Switch, considering it's a bit of a downgrade from the Xbox and PC version.
Yeah, just looking at the textures alone, they're like really muddy in that. Just try and render those big environments for the Switch.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. It does definitely seem like a bit, not a massive one, but definitely a noticeable downgrade in quality.
I mean,
graphically at least.
Yeah, I agree with you, but it's like I would like It Takes. I feel like It Takes Two though suits the Switch a bit better because of a very similar reason why I think Super Mario 3D World suits the Switch better than the Wii U. It's got that immediate co-op with the two Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
There is Okay, so the next game, I think this one, Elliot, I thought would be interested in this one. Fatal Frame. I think it's called something like from the.
Matt's got the Lunar Eclipse. Yeah, this is one of my highlights.
Yeah, because you're a fan of the Fatal Frame franchise. This one's never left Japan.
Yeah, this is like the only Fatal Frame game that was always Japanese exclusive. So yeah, this is really cool.
See, I know there's an icky part of Fatal Frame that I really don't want to get into.
I think that was in Maiden of Blackwater, though.
Right, so I can avoid.
No, for those of you who are wondering, it's most notably the fact that I think one of the main characters was the child of the brother and sister from the first game.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes full Chris.
We have House of Dragons on at the minute. Inbreeding is very in at the minute.
Yeah, but oh god. So that comes out in 2023. Obviously, do you know what I find annoying though? It's not called Fatal Frame over here in the UK. It's called Project Zero.
It's always been though. It's always been.
I know, but it's such a shit title. Just call it Fatal Frame.
That's because it's the same. It's because that's the name they went with in Japan.
I know, but
I'm pretty sure.
I know, but this is the one instance where I'll say the Americans got it right. Fatal Frame makes a sense. It's all about photography.
So are you saying that you prefer the English names for the Ratchet and Clank games compared to the ones in America?
No, the American no. That things like Size Matters and
Up Your Arsenal
are all much better. But
definitely
Going Commando.
Going Commando is a good one. But I can think of a few like Resident Evil. I think is better than Biohazard. I think Biohazard gives it away kind of a bit, and like how is that a twist in the first game if it's called Biohazard? Of course it. Anyway, so that looks really good. Elliot, I'm presuming you're picking that one up.
Oh, absolutely! I love Fatal Frame.
Reese, what about you? Are you going to pick up Fatal Frame, Mask of Lunar Eclipse?
Possibly. It depends what other games are around that time.
Yeah.
Also, if we're getting this, fingers crossed, it means we're getting closer to a remake of Fatal Frame 2.
Oh, yeah, I would so buy that. Yeah,
I would love that. I would fucking kill for a remake of Fatal Frame 2.
Well, as soon as the release date is finalized, Elliot, I'll put you down for the review of that one.
Woo!
Next thing is pretty much for me and Reese only. It's the first of new wave of DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
It's Wave 2.
Yeah, it's Wave 2. Because Wave 1 came on release day. Wave 2...
Which wasn't much, except a few items and swapping the colours of the costumes.
Yeah, which I never bloody used, except for some of the items came in handy and the extra... And you're barely buying anything anyway, so the money's useless.
Exactly.
This one's going to give us a new hero who's called Eno.
Yep.
Some new costumes, including the swimsuits.
Which are a staple of the franchise.
Because Xenoblade fans are horny.
No, you mean anime fans.
Same.
Nope, it's exclusively Xenoblade fans because they are the worst.
Oh, they are.
Trust me, I've been on r/any memes. The main joke there is that they all have a crippling hentai addiction.
Well, put it this way:
Which, by the way, r/any memes do better. Do better. Your memes are shit.
Also, while we're on the subject, don't search for uni tie-on with safe search off. I mean, I like the look of this new hero. Apparently, she's quite mechanical based, so she's meant to be like the replacement for Poppy from Xenoblade 2.
Yeah.
Which is
I would mention more from Xenoblade 1, but that's a massive spoiler.
Yeah. Again, this actually challenged a lot of my expectations for the Xenoblade DLC, but again, I'm going to avoid spoilers here, especially considering that I actually have to give away the ending for what my speculation was. But
did you?
Considering the challenge modes they're adding, I might jump back on Xenoblade 3 immediately when this comes up and just say, yeah, I'll do the hero quest. I'll try and do the Ascension quest, and then I'll do a bunch of the challenge maps, because more excuses to play Xenoblade. That's gonna. I'm up for that.
I, on the other hand, probably won't be playing this, seeing as I likely won't have beaten the game in time for this to have come out, as I'm going through it very, very slowly.
I will say,
and also because I'm probably never mind me not being the only person who won't be picking it for Game of the Year. Xenoblade probably won't even making my top 5, if I'm honest.
Whereas for me and Reese, it's fighting for the top.
Because if I'm being honest, I'm having more fun. I'm having more fun with Soul Hackers too. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, no, I've tried a bit of Soul Hackers too. It's actually really good. I will say though, I don't believe this DLC is you're required to beat the game to get this DLC. I think this DLC comes.
I have a feeling it's going to be pretty high leveled. They were all like level 77 in the footage.
That was just for the challenge mode we saw at the end.
Which I think the challenge mode is a post game thing. Anyway,
play them all too.
Yeah, next one was the new SpongeBob game.
Oh yeah, the Cosmic Shake.
After Bikini Bottom did well, I think they decided to do. Is this a remake of one of the other ones?
No, I think this is an original game.
Give me a sec. I'll have a quick look.
Yeah, I think it's original.
I mean, it looks.
And also, what the hell did they do to Patrick?
Yeah, what did they do to Patrick? I mean, it looks like this is. It looks like this is a spiritual successor to Battle for Bikini Bottom, if nothing else.
Yeah.
What did you? I mean, what do you guys?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is a remake.
No, it is an original.
All right. So, I mean, it looks all right. It does look like it's borrowing quite a bit from Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Yeah.
But
again, that was a solid game, though. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, that's what I always say about Pokemon. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Next game, I cannot believe this exists. A new fitness boxing game, Fist of the North Star Fitness Boxing.
Of all the ideas, this one's the most bizarre.
Do you know what's amazing? Nintendo's publishing this.
Yep.
And
so many fans cried out in horror when they announced because they wanted a new game.
It's just weird. What do we get? What do we get from Fist of the North Star? Do we get a new fighting game like we got with the recent JoJo's fighting game? Do we get a Dynasty Warriors? No, fucking fitness.
I love it. I love it.
We get fucking Fist of the North Star Wii Fit.
I mean, I liked it pretty much. It looks cool.
It's just weird.
I know.
It's just weird.
That's what I love about it. Fist of the North Star is already weird.
I just want to know how much content will actually be in the game.
Oh, not much.
Based off the original fitness boxing game.
Remind me, Fist of the North Star is the one where Omawa Shinderu comes from, right?
Yeah.
Thought so.
Yeah.
So that's out later this year. I actually might buy that and give it a go. No joke. Next game.
We know at least Ren will.
Ren will. Next game was a party game called Oddballers. Doesn't look like much to me, and it's already on a console that has both Fall Guys and oh shit, I need to start on season 2 today on that, and Kirby
Beasts.
Dream Buffet. Sorry, Reese.
Just saying, it reminded me a lot of Gang Beasts.
Yeah, it is a bit like that. I don't imagine this did much for you, Elliot, because you already don't like those other two examples I've said.
Yeah, it doesn't really do much for me. I don't even know what it is. Oh.
Next game.
It's like a party fighting game in like arenas.
Yeah, okay, I see your point. Next game is one that I imagine, Elliot, I don't know if you tried this out because it was on Game Pass for quite a while.
I haven't downloaded on Game Pass. I haven't tried it out yet.
Tunic. It's kind of a top-down Zelda mixed with a Dark Souls game. And
I've seen stuff on it. It does look good.
It is good.
Yeah, it's got high reviews.
Well, yeah, you're right, Reese. It has got high reviews. I mean, I'm glad it's coming to Switch. I thought for a while it wasn't going to come to Switch. It's coming September 22nd, so that's not too far off now.
I mean, it does look like the ideal game to play on a Switch, so I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, might you double dip and buy it on Switch as well, Elliot?
Well, it'll be the first time I'm buying it. I got it on Game Pass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. Next game.
I'm not like you with your 17 copies of Ori.
I've got one of those on Game Pass. Sod you. And I didn't buy 17.
Okay, 16 copies of Ori.
I bought the PC version. I bought the Switch version, and I got the Xbox Series X version on Game Pass.
Yeah, and I've just got the Switch version.
Yeah, and then I bought a physical copy of the Switch version because I got that collector's edition. That's all I did. I just wanted the merch from the collector's edition.
And then you got the Wii version, the 3DS version.
Enough!
The Philips CTI version, the Atari 2600 version.
Enough!
The Atari Jaguar.
The N-Gage.
Look, okay, next game.
The
next game!
The Odyssey 2.
Front Mission. They gave us an update on Front Mission 1 and 2 remakes.
First, second, and third.
Well, yeah, no, I was going to say, and then they followed it on with an announcement that Front Mission 3 remake is in the works. So Front Mission 1 is coming in November, and 2 is coming in 2023 at some point.
My one thought when I saw this was, I wonder what Reese thinks. Yeah, of course it is. Of course
it's basically Final Fantasy Tactics, but with mechs. And it's also by Square Enix, too.
Yeah, I know Square Enix has a bit of a part in this. Doesn't FromSoft have a bit involved in? Oh, no, it's Armored Core I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah, it's Armored Core you're thinking of.
Which apparently they are working on a revival of.
Since we saw screenshots last year.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, the one mech game I'm really hoping for a revival for is Zone of the Enders.
Oh, that would be so good,
I would love a new Zone of the Enders game.
Oh, create the summon circle tonight. We'll make that happen. I mean, I think it's cool that Front Mission is getting all this treatment, but I felt it was a bit of a posthumous thing to say. We haven't even seen how 1 and 2 have done commercially and through word of mouth. Let's get 3 in the works.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of when Warner Brothers commissioned Dune Part 1 without knowing if they were going to have a Dune Part 2. Maybe that'll be a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. But again, in that case, it worked out, and it might work out in this one. I don't know if I'm going to pick up Front Mission 1 because it is coming out at a time when I'm just playing so much. But I think I'll
probably pick it up for review at least.
I mean, I might pick it up in a sale. Let's put it that way. I might pick it up in a sale. I don't know about you, Elliot.
I might do. I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Well, I imagine in the future they'll do some kind of bundle with all of them.
The thing is, I feel like with me, just tactics games in general, I only really play them. I can only play them so much.
Right, so it's a bit like how
I've already the way I'm thinking right now. I've already have Triangle Strategy this year. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, it's like I can wait till Fire Emblem now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't play Digimon Survive then because it's so much visual novel and so much tactical RPG that you'll be.
Yeah, I know. Why do you think I haven't played it yet?
But it's so good though. So good.
Yeah, but I'm already reading like a book series that's books only have 1,000 pages in. I don't really want to read another massive thing. Like, there's a reason why when I watch anime in my spare time, I watch it in dub.
Also, here's a thing, Elliot. There's things in that game. Once you've seen them, you can't unsee them.
Yep.
When they asked for a darker Digimon game, wow, they went out there. The next game was something that set a bit of a tone for this direct in terms of jokes afterwards. Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life, which is the real Harvest Moon. Comes out in summer of 2023. It's a full-on new Harvest Moon game, but it can't be called Harvest Moon because of weird issues around the copyright for the other series is called Harvest Moon. But this
it's strange that they own the series, but they don't own the name.
Yeah, this is so it's so bizarre. This is the most bizarrest legal mumbo jumbo in the gaming industry. I have no idea what it is.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be the fact that blah is suing Paramount because or was trying to sue Paramount because they put in Knuckles as dad.
I know. I mean, look at I mean, Alfie's so perplexed by it, he's demanding a chin rub.
Yeah.
No, he'd be demanding one anyway. That he's a dog. They always do.
So.
Yep. Especially he's such a demanding dog as well.
Yo, hello, Alfie. The thing about it is it's coming in summer. I'm probably not going to pick this one up. Farming sims and like life sim games already don't do much for me, and the fact this has less freedom than I would get in Animal Crossing to me kind of puts me off.
I'll be honest, whenever I see games like this, I just think I have Stardew Valley. I'm good.
That's what I think's perpetuate all these ones that are coming out now. I think it's Stardew Valley's success. Everyone wants to be the next Stardew Valley.
The thing is, I think Yahtzee Croshaw actually called this because in one of his more recent extra punctuation videos, he said that cozy games like farming simulators are probably going to be the next big thing in gaming because originally it was Souls-like. So now a lot of people are doing farming sims and like cozy games. So I think it was right.
Next game.
Well, I've also found with this game is that there's a hard time limit because eventually your character will just die of old age.
That's the main thing. Like I'm kind of tempted to do a meme where you know that whole BuzzFeed thing of this is why I can't fucking stand video games because it appeals to the male fantasy, and then it's just your funeral in one of those games.
Oh mate, I will attach it to this on Twitter if you do it. But the next thing was an update from Splatsville.
Splatfest.
We're getting the first
Splatfest.
We're getting the first Splatfest way earlier than I anticipated. It will be coming between the 23rd and the 25th of September. It's what would you bring to a deserted island? Gear, grub, or fun. So we know what team Jeff Grubb is on. I mean, what do you guys think of this Splatfest?
It's more of an excuse to play Splatoon 3.
Yeah,
the game's already great enough. I don't need any more excuse, but I'm happy we have one.
It's a little bit of an underwhelming one, but I think it looks all right at the minute. I mean, I was hoping the first one would be which Fire Emblem free houses house were you in? That one would have been quite good. But what team do you guys think you're going to join?
Grub for me.
Grub.
I'm going to go fun.
I think I'm with Reese on this one. I'm going to go Team Grub. Why do you bring fun to a deserted island? I also have the idea, right, so you set up camp, you get the food, you get the board games out.
Yeah, in case you're bored, you can fish. You can just go into the water and collect fish.
Well, there might not be fish there, Elliot.
There will be.
Know.
It's a deserted island. If you go far enough, you'll find fish.
That, especially if you have your frog.
Brown.
Especially if you have your pet frog to help you.
Froggy.
I can't believe that guy's voiced by Duke Nukem, and he's confirmed to be in Sonic Frontiers,
which is so hilarious.
Next game, a real highlight for me. This one.
I was not expecting this, but I'm happy we're getting it.
Octopath Traveler 2 comes out on February 24th. Also comes out on Steam and PlayStation 5 and 4. it's
not on Xbox as well.
No, Xbox has not been confirmed yet. Weirdly, and that's even weirder considering that PlayStation 4 and 5 don't have Octopath Traveler 1.
But Xbox will.
But Xbox does. So
maybe it'll come to Game Pass at a later date.
Maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe, but there's no sort of like deal Nintendo has that's holding it back. So like Nintendo's not publishing this one.
Surprising though, it's not coming to Xbox because recently they've been seeming to try appeal more to the JRPG fans.
Yeah,
definitely there. It's I mean, it looks like they're addressing one of my big concerns with the last one, which is the stories don't intertwine much. In the first game. So it feels like this time they're really doing it, and they're adding a day and night cycle that will affect different playthroughs. To me, this one, it really feels like it's going it feels like a really good idea. It's really showing Square Enix's commitment to the HD 2D engine they've got working. And it's another great one. To me, I think we're going to hear more and more about the HD 2D engine, because it seems like there's a new one in every direct.
What's your first character going to be in this though?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm gonna look over it again, but
I'm going with the warrior. That was my one from the beginning. That was the one I was going to pick from the beginning.
I do like warrior characters. So
it seems like it almost seems like he's going on a bit of a revenge story, which I'm fully for.
What here's the thing though, what would you guys like to be the next remake in a HD 2D? Because I think they are going to make another remake.
Final Fantasy VI.
Well, that the Pixel Perfect remasters I think have ruled that one out, but
it would probably be Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger would be a very good one.
Oh, that would be a really good one actually. Yeah,
one I thought that could be done if Nintendo wanted to get the license for it, wanted to work with them on this. Super Mario RPG.
Oh, yeah, that'd be really good.
Oh.
Like, imagine a Super Mario RPG remake in the HD 2D engine.
Yeah.
I think the main one for me would be Chrono Trigger. I'd love to see Chrono Trigger in HD 2D. And I think.
Here's an idea. Seeing as apparently we are getting a 2D remake of one in this style. Fucking Dragon Quest V.
Oh, Dragon Quest V in HD 2D. What? That would be so good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a bit surprised we didn't see anything about Dragon Quest 3 remake. Maybe you'll see a bit at Square Enix show.
We haven't got anything of that in a while. I'm still waiting for. I want more Dragon Quest shit.
Maybe we'll get some more.
The Tokyo Game Show's on soon, so probably get more out there.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. Alfie, summon Dragon Quest 3 remake.
No, as I keep saying, for me it's Dragon Quest 12. I really want that.
Yeah, that's a while off, Elliot. I will say you're right, that one. They did announce that too early. In my
They haven't even announced it. All we really got was a bit of information saying it was going to be like a darker story.
Yeah.
The only thing we saw was a bit of a CGI trailer with just the Roman numerals at the end.
So next thing was another farming game. It's called Fae Farm. It looks terrible.
Yep.
Like
a worse version of Story of Season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Starting to sense the past with this direct.
Fear. Then one of my highlights, and I immediately pre-ordered it as soon as it became available. Theatre Rhythm Final Bar Line. Theatre Rhythm is back with songs from across Final Fantasy's history.
These character models are hideous.
The character models are hideous, but the games are going to.
They look like they're from a fucking mobile game.
But, oh my god!
It was on mobile, wasn't it?
Theatre Rhythm.
No. Do you want to know what these remind me of? These remind me of the fucking Kingdom Hearts mobile game. That's what they look like.
Yeah, that's what they borrowed a lot from for that one. But I pre-bought the digital deluxe edition, so I get the 100 extra songs. Because I'm not going to leave Melodies of Life behind. I've called dibs on the review job for this one. Theatre Rhythm coming back.
Take it. I'm not bothered about this one, honestly.
But it's also gonna have song. We know we're gonna have updates. They're gonna have songs from Nier, Octopath Traveler. There's a couple of other franchises.
Hopefully, Dragon Quest 11.
I think Dragon Quest was down on the list, possibly as things they were going to add.
Live is on there.
Live Alive, which has an amazing soundtrack. Oh, please tell me I can do Go Steel Titan Go. Oh, that song is so good.
So Digital Deluxe is 442 songs, and the Premium Digital Deluxe is 502.
Which is the one that I bought.
They're getting 6 extra songs.
So,
in other words, they're really forcing you to fork up if you want like the best ones.
Yeah, they really want you to fork up if you want Melodies of Life. But I really love that song, so I put it out. I'm really
as long as it has One Winged Angel, I'm okay.
One Winged Angel's already been confirmed.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I know.
In fact, one of the things I like about this one is that you're going to be able to go through the game's storylines through the music. I think that's a cool feature.
Imagine if that's how you look. Imagine if that's how you experience the Final Fantasy VII story for the first time.
Yeah, just
you go through, you do it like someone goes through it through the remake. Someone played the original on PlayStation 1. I experienced it through a rhythm game.
Yeah, just. I remember the beginning of that game.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Guitar Hero. I loved it.
As I say, I think I was into the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song for a minute there.
Yeah. I was trying to do Bombing Mission from.
Oh wait, actually, Kingdom Hearts. That would be another good soundtrack to put in there.
Yeah, I think Kingdom Hearts might get the job, but I think they've got to talk with Disney if they want to do it. The next thing up was another look at Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. We already knew from the Ubisoft forward that Rayman's coming in future DLC.
Which, can I just say...
I remember he was a character.
Can I just say, that is a bit of a slap in the face to Rayman fans. We've been waiting for a new game for him for like probably a decade now. And the first time in like the last decade Ubisoft acknowledges him is in a fucking Rabbids game.
I know, but that's even more weird considering
Rayman, damn it.
It's also weird considering Disney's making a spiritual successor exclusive to the Switch to Rayman Legends with that Mickey, Donald, Goofy, and Minnie game that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
That actually looks really good. Actually, that was the highlight of that Disney showcase for me.
Well, they're copying from Rayman Legends. I'm imagining it's going to be good.
I mean, Mario Rabbids looks pretty good, but this thing didn't tell us much that we didn't already know.
Yeah, it's just more of the same.
Then there was announcements they're going to do they're doing a special edition of Rune Factory 3, which is really weird considering now we've gone from Rune Factory 4 to Rune Factory 5 to Rune Factory 3 on the Switch.
Next thing you know, we're going yes, and then after that it'll be 7, 9, 1, -3.
Yeah, it's so bizarre how they're handling. I mean, there is a new Rune. They did also confirm there's a new Rune Factory being made. For Switch.
I really don't care for Rune Factory, if I'm honest.
No,
it's another farming sim.
I know. I heard it was like Secret of Mana meets Harvest Moon. I thought, the Secret of Mana stuff will keep me going on it. And I was just like, no, this isn't doing it for me. I got this, so I put this to one side.
Just play Cult of the Lamb.
Now they did give us an update on it.
Either. It's 2023.
So the next thing up was there's a series of games. They talked about the next wave of games coming to the Nintendo 64 part of NSO, which surprised me because I thought we'd hear about Game Boy and Game Boy Color coming to the service in this one. I'm surprised that wasn't the case.
Especially as two of the games that are coming are Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2.
Which really would have benefited. I mean, Nintendo was never going to do the thing where you could put your characters from NSO GameCube Boy onto NSO N64. They were never going to do that because that would have been too much work for them.
I still have my hopes. I'm still holding hope for that.
No, I think I think that Game Boy and Game Boy Color will come to Nintendo Switch Online at some point, probably next year now. But I don't think it'll be you'll have that integration between Pokemon Gen 1 and Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2.
as I said, personally, I'm still holding out hope.
Well, what I'm going to do...
It's already been confirmed you can't transfer Pokemon into Stadium 1 and 2.
I'm still being optimistic.
I know. Leave him.
I'm joking. Obviously, I'm pissing with you. Obviously, I'm messing with you.
But here's the thing.
But many people are upset about that because you're only stuck with rental Pokemon now.
Yeah, which sucks.
The way
for Christ's sake, I want to get a Bulbasaur, train up to be a Venusaur, then play it on this.
Well, what I'm going to do to sort of liven up my gameplay of it is I'm going to take on like the gym leader castle or all these things, but I'm going to have a random number generator pick my Pokemon for me. So that way I don't make the game too easy on me. So that's how
No, I feel like I'm going to do... I don't know why. I kind of want to do a Stadium Nuzlocke.
Oh, that would be an interesting way of doing it, especially if you do Gym Leader's Castle for that.
You win our Pokemon very fast.
So here's the... but there's some other games coming to the service. We've got Pilot Wing 64... Mario...
Which I'm surprised that wasn't one of the first ones then, seeing as that was a launch title.
Yeah, Mario Party 1 through 3...
quick question, I wasn't the only one who laughed when 2 and 3 were announced as well, right? I was so convinced you were only getting 1.
Yeah, that seems weird, especially considering Mario Party Superstars is on the Switch, so we get half of those boards anyway. They've mentioned Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. One of the ones I really wanted, 1080 snowboarding. That's a good deal. Excite Bike 64, that's a pretty good deal. And it's been confirmed, it's definitely happening now. GoldenEye is coming to the Switch, NSO Online, and it will also come to Xbox Game Pass. However, the Xbox Game Pass version has no online multiplayer.
That's shit.
Single player only on Xbox.
It's because the team didn't want to make a lobby system for it. So,
and they did for the N60 for the Switch one.
Well, because the Switch uses what's known as peer-to-peer Wi-Fi, so it's essentially, what it does is it fools one of the Switches involved into thinking that there's two people on the same Switch. That's how.
So with peer-to-peer, it puts out the need for a server. So you direct from one Switch directly to the other. So there's no server in between.
It's kind of like halfway between online and LAN play. That's the best way I'd describe it. So if, for example, if we played a game of GoldenEye and I was the host, it would essentially try to trick my Switch into thinking that you two were in the room with us.
Yeah.
But that being said, GoldenEye...
Will we still be adhering by the rules of no odd job?
Yes, absolutely. I absolutely, I will track you down if you try that. Shit. No, that's
just going to be Ren picking that. Let's be honest, just specifically to piss you off.
Yeah, no, knowing Ren, he will do that. But I feel very sorry for the Game Pass owners because it's really great to play that game in 4K with the auto HDR. But to not go into that effort to put online multiplayer there is so bad, and I think it reeks to me of we're putting out the bare minimum.
Yeah, it's just a rush job.
And I said I was going to pick up both versions. I thought I'll get the NSO. I've got NSO, so I'll get it automatically. I'll pick it up on Game Pass so I can do online multiplayer with randos. And then it's like, no online multiplayer. Oh, fuck off. That annoyed me.
Yeah, so once you're with a single player, that's it on Xbox.
Well, you can do couch multiplayer, but that's the thing. I don't have many friends over to play. Most of my multiplayer is done online. Yep. What do you guys think overall of the next sort of like wave of N64 games?
Yeah, it looks decent.
Still no Conker's Bad Fur Day. I'm still waiting on that.
I think you might want to get your hopes up about the Rare games at this point.
I'm still hoping for it.
I'm hoping as well, and I'm hoping for like Donkey Kong 64 and Banjo Tooie. But the one here's the thing though for me. for me about this. I'm a bit concerned of what happens if we're going to have like 3 months in a row where it's just Mario Party games coming to the service, and like they might break it up a bit, but or then the next time it's like 2 Pokemon stadiums in a row. Like if you're not into Mario Party, you're not into Pokemon Stadium, you could go for 5 months with no games that you like coming to that service.
Yeah.
But now, I've heard that criticism said a lot, and I've added a bit to that. But I'll also say, people playing these games on NSO, they're not playing them because it's like the big chunk of their time on their Switches. They're like a little luxury for like if you want to play something for a little bit, and then because it's an emulation, you can just put it on pause for a bit.
And also, if let's be honest, if you've gone out of your way to buy the expansion pass, you would be excited for these games. I don't see anyone getting the expansion pass, the N64 games, and they're going, really? Mario Party, Pokemon Stadium, God damn it, where's Ogre Wars? Where's Ogre Wars, damn it?
I think it's more they wouldn't want them in a row. So like it's like, say for example, the October game is Mario Party 1, the November game is Mario Party 2, and the December game is Mario Party 3. I think at that point, if he's like, do we need more can we cool it a bit with the Mario Parties? Like, out of all of these, the ones I'm most excited for, oh, that's a thing to watch after this, just a new Sonic Frontiers trailer just launched.
So that's you happy then?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah, no, Sonic Frontiers is one of the things I'm most looking forward to playing. Out of all of these, which games are you most excited to play?
Mario Party.
Pokemon Stadium for me.
I think for me, it's a close call between Pokemon Stadium, Mario Party 2, and 1080 snowboarding.
None of us picked GoldenEye. I'm surprised.
Well, the thing about GoldenEye for me is I think I'm going to play that only with the N64 controller I've got, because I think people are going to pick it up and realize the controls haven't aged as well as they remembered.
But they haven't already.
Yeah. Especially if we just use the one thumbstick.
The controls have the controls for Metroid Prime haven't aged amazingly. Imagine the controls for fucking GoldenEye.
More on Metroid Prime as we go into this. Then there was Square Enix back again. They've got a game. They had a game that shadow dropped. It's called Various Day Life. It's a sort of
shit.
It's got it was sort of like this RPG that has you going through daily life and tasks and quest lines, people, and building up your friendships with people. I picked it up. I've played it for an hour, and it's a contender for my worst game of the year. That
does not surprise me.
It is.
It does not look good.
Holy fuck! Do you ever play? This is a game where I've played it, and this is fundamentally bad on a foundation level. Like, forget the fact that it looks like a mobile game that was ported to PC. There is no urgency in anything you do. The battle system is so makes you so inactive it's impossible to care. The meters go down so little that you don't have to worry about anything, like in terms of like breaking people's stamina for jobs or they're able to do a task. There's nothing about this game is good in any sense of the word. It's just this boring slug. You can't even control your characters on quest lines. You just send them out to a place and they walk along, and occasionally you'll have a random enemy encounter in which and the characters don't even appear on screen for the enemy encounters. It's like goes to first person for no fucking reason.
The thing is, that sounds a lot like the stuff that happens in Miitopia. The difference is Miitopia is based around that and finds a way to make it fun.
No, Miitopia is really good. Miitopia is fucking Breath of the Wild compared to this.
Miitopia is like one of my favorite 3DS games. It's remake was one of my favorite games last year.
No, Miitopia is good. I will give you that one. I am not going to say Miitopia is a bad game. Far from it. But the point I'm making is, this is like they looked at Miitopia and said, how can we make this shitter? Because and it's also the fact as well of the character creation is nothing. You literally get 3 options. That's it. You can't change the hairstyle. You can't change hair color. You can't change the eye color.
I like to
Nothing.
know, everybody. This is less. These are less options. That's less options than fucking Splatoon 3 gives you.
And Splatoon 3 doesn't give you the most amazing character creation engine. But even then, I liked it more than that one. I still felt like I could put a bit of what my own personal touch to my Inkling. Incidentally, Splatoon 3 is fucking amazing.
Splatoon 3 is great. It's probably my favorite Nintendo game this year so far.
But
wow.
let's
I'm what can I say? I'm a bitch for Splatoon.
But yeah, no, Various Day Life. Fucking skip it. I would say skip it if it was a free game with microtransactions. The fact this is £20 still feels too much. I honestly, this game is I think I found my worst game of the year so far, and I'm saying that having not played Babylon's Fall and Saints Row. If I played one of those two, maybe I'd have something different to say. But this might be the worst game I've played this year so far.
Yikes.
Another game called Factorial. We saw this briefly. We saw this briefly.
No idea what this is.
Factorial is a very popular PC game. That's resource management.
Yeah, we saw this briefly in the partner showcase in June.
Yeah.
And
but no PC player will actually get this on Switch because it can't run as good.
Next up was I've got it down here. IB.
Ib. Yeah, I know this one.
I don't remember this
one.
Oh,
yeah, it's the art gallery one.
Oh yeah.
I think it was one of the, like, you know, those RPG Maker horror games. This is like, I think, the progenitor of them.
Yeah.
Like it was because of this. It's because of this we got numbers, like a large number of them, like a Mad Father, Angels of Death, The Witch's House.
Okay, yeah.
It's really good. It is a good game. I'll say that.
Update to Mario Strikers. They're bringing in Pauline and Diddy Kong to the game. Do you know what?
Diddy Kong could have been in the base game.
Very happy for the 5 people who are still playing that game.
I'm. Do you know what?
I haven't seen 5 people, Elliot, at this point.
I barely play. I'll be honest. I've barely played it.
I'm saying I've barely played it. But
not because I haven't enjoyed it, just because I can't be asked.
Yeah, well, I beat the whole story modes, everything in my playthrough for my review, and they've got less captains in this than they did in the original GameCube game.
Yeah.
It's just because all the teams are made up of Mario characters.
Yeah, that's the thing about
it. There's not even like any lesser for the rest of, like, for lack of better terms, the lesser characters for the
oh no, like the side characters in Charged on Wii.
Yeah, like the side characters.
That's what I wanted.
So Striker's Charge still had more captains on the base game, even while the side characters.
Why couldn't we have just got a remake of Charged? That game was amazing. I would have loved that.
Yeah, same. I mean, just do that, or and add. I mean, that being said, Diddy Kong was my most wanted character, so I will give it a go. I will play at least one game with Diddy Kong.
I mean, for me, that would probably be Pauline. I'm happy we have her.
Yeah. So next talk was Altair Riser 3.
It's funny that this is the 3rd game in the series, and I've never heard of it.
I've seen bits of it, but I've never played it. Mario Kart Wave 3. We got
another track from Thor.
We got another track from Tour, Merry Motorway or something like that, wasn't it called? Or it's a Christmas themed one.
Christmas themed one.
Yeah, the Christmas themed one from Tour's coming in, and they brought in one from the DS.
Yeah, the Peach's Castle. That one was actually my favorite from DS, so I'm happy we're getting that.
Yeah, and it came back on Wii as well.
Yeah, and it looks amazing on Tour.
Yeah. Oh, and I've just checked. The Christmas course is called Merry Mountain.
Merry Mountain. So it's Merry Mountain and Peach Gardens.
If this doesn't come out around Christmas, it'll be a wasted opportunity bringing that one in.
Well, they have said it's a holiday release, so I think that makes total sense.
But just the graphical overhauls on Peach Gardens from the Wii version is night and day, basically.
What? I mean,
I'm excited. I really enjoyed Peach's Garden.
I'm glad they gave us a bit of an update on the DLC, because I wouldn't want the discourse that was on Twitter when we were waiting for Wave 2 to come out, because it did just feel like, oh god, it'll be done when it's ready. For fuck's sake, calm down.
You have to admit, though, it did take a good while to come out.
It did take a good while. I think Nintendo took a bit too long to get it out, but I think they understood that and they're working on it quite well. I reckon they wanted to get it out sooner, but there was a small delay to that internally.
And a big controversy is there's too many tracks from Tour in the game.
What?
I mean, at the same time, who the fuck played Tour?
One, who the fuck played Tour, and two, you lot can shut the hell up.
Those tracks are great. Those tracks are really fun.
These are the same people that were complaining that Mario Kart Tour was getting all this stuff they wanted in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They can shut the fuck up about that one.
Definitely.
The next update was Nintendo Switch Sports. They're adding golf, including a golf battle royale mode, which...
Quick question. Apparently, golf has been delayed.
Yeah, it was meant to come out in the autumn, so it was going to come out like September, October. It's now going to come out November, December.
I like to note they're putting a delay on golf.
Well, I think it's that I think it was they were trying to get that 8-player simultaneous golf to work out.
Yeah.
That's what I think they were I think that's where the internal delay, and they had to work out the technicalities of that, and they're going through tests, and they've figured it out now because they've shown it off, and they're now getting, going through the final stages of testing, and that's why it's taking a bit longer. So that's what I would say is the big deal for it. The next thing that came out, well, actually, before we move on to that, what are you guys' thoughts on Switch Sports, and will you be picking up for the to try out golf? Will you be going back on to try out golf?
I haven't played it in months.
I've not played it since it first came out.
Same.
I played it quite a bit up until Xenoblade 3's release, because I really got into the bowling game.
Yeah, for me, it's one with such a lack of content.
Yeah, it is one. I think the bowling though is very addictive in that sort of 16-person battle royale.
I'll be honest with me. The one I really got into was volleyball.
Oh, volleyball's really good. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. The one, but
just because it was other things. It was things rather than just swing the Joy-Con.
Yeah. Next game, it's
Miyamoto came out.
Next, Miyamoto came up talking briefly about the Mario movie and Pikmin Bloom.
Yeah, Pikmin,
which is already out.
Yeah,
that's been out for as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure Pikmin Bloom was out, but Miyamoto really loves Pikmin because it is the last big franchise he gave to the world. Really, it's like it's very much his baby. It's kind of his last big contribution game-wise to Nintendo. But he talked a bit about Pikmin Bloom. Spent too long on it, in my opinion. And but he then confirmed Pikmin 4 is now finally going to come out in 2023.
And what we got was a screenshot and a title.
But God, to know
I just got a t-shirt, Elliot. Don't forget.
Oh, yes, he did say he made a t-shirt.
But, man...
Well done, Miyamoto-san.
Just to know Pikmin 4 is actually going to be a thing is just fucking hilarious. I love it.
I mean, let's be honest, we've been waiting for this for, years.
Yeah, it's about time.
We've known it's been a thing for years. It's nice to finally get something from it.
And I really liked this one. So... I'm looking forward to finally playing Pikmin 4. It was a nice confirmation. I thought the the file got destroyed in that fire at Nintendo headquarters, but apparently it's still there.
Let's say restored it from an earlier build, and that's what's taken them so long.
Yeah, maybe.
Next thing up was Just Dance 2023. Didn't need
skip. It's
No,
the amazing cringe fest you see in every E3.
Yep.
Yep. So no Wii version, so it's just go straight in the bin.
Yep. Exactly.
But the Wii.
The next.
It was the last Wii game.
Next one was another trailer for Bayonetta 3 that's coming out on October 28th.
Hype.
No, you missed the game, Cal. Is Harvestella.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, the demo for Harvestella. Right, yes.
Yeah.
Harvestella.
It also features more farming.
But that being said, Harvestella's definitely got a little more to it than these other farming sim games are in it, because it is an action RPG at the same time as well. And I have downloaded the demo. And you carry over the save data from the demo in this one. I don't know.
Oh, that's good.
There's not that much about it but the other thing that I found is your character choices. You have now male, female, and non-binary as an option.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's the first RPG like this I've seen, which it's the first one I've seen that offers you the option to be a non-binary character. So brilliant for inclusiveness.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I might even create a non-binary character just to piss off right-wing assholes.
I would, but then I have a feeling that people would accuse me accuse me for bigotry if I pick a non-binary character, even though I'm not non-binary.
Yeah, but I say
I've read some RPG horror stories about that very thing.
Yeah, but the thing at the end of the day is I'm glad the option is there. I think it's a great option.
Yeah, I'm happy the option's there. I think it's great.
It's always better to have more options.
Yeah. So I like the look of Harvestella, but I'm a little interested in the fact that Nintendo's paid for. I don't know if Nintendo's paid for the exclusivity of this or not, because I don't believe they're publishing this game, because I can't buy it on Nintendo's Nintendo's online shop, so I'm imagining they haven't published this, which is a bit of a weird one for me. I would have thought they'd want to publish this. Next up though is
out of all the other Harvest games we've seen, I think this is probably going to be the only one I pick up.
Yeah, I've got it on pre-order. I think it looks pretty good enough to consider going for it. Back to Bayonetta 3. We're very hyped for this one. So
much hype! I adore Bayonetta so much.
Yeah, no,
I'm fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, I must be honest though. It looks like this is going to be this looks like it's going to take everything good about Bayonetta 2 and turn it up a bit more.
Oh, absolutely. I can tell. I'll tell you now. If this game isn't in my top 5 at the end of the year, I'm gonna be very shocked.
The weird thing is they said afterwards, oh, we're going to put a trailer about how the gameplay works in our YouTube channel after this. I watched that trailer. It just seemed like Bayonetta for first-time players. It definitely seemed like they were, this is how you play Bayonetta to people that didn't pick up 1 and 2.
Which, let's be honest, if you're going to get this game, why you wouldn't have played Bayonetta 1 and 2? They're on the Switch, for Christ's sakes.
And they also showed off the new accessory for players that you can do full combos just mashing the one button.
Yeah, I like that being there for people who aren't that good at the game, i.e., me.
I'm pretty sure that was in the first 2 games. If you play on like the very, very easy difficulty, it would just do combos automatically.
Yeah, which that I think that was there. Seriously though, Bayonetta 3 looks amazing. It's the one thing that's holding me off my predictions for the Game Awards is the fact of I want to wait for the Metacritic score to come in for Bayonetta 3, because
I have a feeling it's going to be good, honestly.
Yeah, the last one, I think Bayonetta 2 did get nominated for Game of the Year when it released.
But at the same time, it was in 2014. The lineup that year was kind of shit.
Yeah, that was not a great year as well. But let me see what the Metacritic score of Bayonetta 2 was. Right, Bayonetta 2 got 92% on Metacritic. What do we reckon Bayonetta 3 is going to get?
I think it's going to be a bit higher, personally.
Yeah.
I
think around 94, at least.
I think it's.
I'd say 94, 95.
I think it's either 90 or 93. I'm wondering, is this going to live up to the hype that's been there? It's also a question of, will it take? Does it take the nomination, like the typical Nintendo nomination, away from Xenoblade 3 at this point?
I'll be honest. I feel like it might.
I
think Bayonetta 3 will have more appeal than Xenoblade 3.
What do you think, Reese?
Yeah. I think possibly it will, since more action games get nominated than RPG games.
As you're saying, RPGs don't really get nominated very often.
I'd love for both to get nominated, because I think both of them will, by the time they come out, will probably deserve it. But
yeah.
Okay, but let's move on. Next one. This one actually caught my attention. It's called Rain Code. It's made by the Danganronpa team. And it's sort of,
hearing Danganronpa immediately got me up.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a detective game that looks like it could be its own anime series.
Yeah.
I love the look of this one. I actually really liked that team's last game, World's End Club. That one was actually really good.
I mean, it looks like they're taking some of the elements from Danganronpa. Must not be like the detective and all the side games stuff and whatnot. I am gonna miss the court cases. I thought the court cases were gonna be very fun, and I'm gonna severely miss the executions. Those were easily the best part of the game. But you know what? I'm interested. I think it looks pretty damn good.
Okay. Then it was updates for they're going to have Resident Evil Village cloud version on Switch on the 28th of August. And then they're going to add all the other major Resident Evil games of the last few years to the Switch as cloud versions.
Yeah, when I saw Village, I just thought cloud. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we all saw that there's going to be a cloud version. It's also
strangely enough they're adding a third person mode to it.
No, that's coming to the other consoles as well. That's the update. That's the DLC update that's coming in October.
Does this mean we'll finally be able to see Ethan's face, or do you think it'll just be permanently behind?
I think it's permanently behind him. I don't think you can see Ethan's face.
Here's a question. What are they going to do with the cutscenes?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. But I know they're going third person for because the main character you're going to be controlling is Ethan's daughter in those games. So I'll be interested to see what they do with that. But what's weird is it's coming out the day of the DLC on Switch, the cloud version, and then a couple of weeks after they're adding the DLC to the cloud version. That is bizarre as hell.
Yeah, you think they released it all at once.
And as I keep saying, I feel like people who are really interested in playing these games will probably have other means to play them, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
I think to play them as well.
Next game, they showed off Sifu, which was a PlayStation 4 and 5 game until recently, and that looks like it runs quite rough on Switch.
Yeah, it didn't look great.
There's quite a lot of hating in frame drops just in this trailer alone, I've noticed.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Sifu when I first played it earlier this year.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Oh my god, it looks like a fucking Xbox 360 game.
Yeah, and it's weird because it looks actually...
Not even late Xbox 360, like early.
The weird thing is it looks quite good on PlayStation 5.
Yeah, the major problem with the Switch version, you'll notice in the trailer, there's no shadows.
Yeah, they're right. You're right.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's right.
Yeah. So that's how they've managed to get it to run, by stripping all the shadows out.
Oh my god. Well, someone's not excited for the Sonic 3 film.
Next up, Crisis Core Remastered. It's got a release... Crisis Core Reunion. It's got a release date now, December the 13th. Hype!
That should be cool.
I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up the Switch version or if I'm going to play this on PlayStation. I kind of feel like I should play the PlayStation version, considering it's...
it's a definite PlayStation pickup from me.
Because it's such a PlayStation franchise for me.
And also, you'll be able to play in the higher frame rate. as well on PS5.
Yeah, we haven't seen what it looks like on Switch yet, so I have a feeling it might be rough.
A game called Radiant Silvergun.
Which on the article I'm on, apparently the video is private.
Weird. Another game called another roguelike called Endless Dungeon. Doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
Looks like a joke.
I have a good one.
One I'm pretty excited for. Tales of Symphonia Remastered.
Yes, coming 2023.
I am happy as hell. This is like one of the JRPGs I've been begging for a remake of.
Brilliant choice.
That being said, I still haven't finished Tales of Vesperia, so I'll probably have to finish that first.
Next up, there was a bit of a scissor reel. Hang on, I think I'm being doubled up by someone at the minute.
Surveys from my end.
Okay. Everything all right on your end, Elliot?
Yeah, everything. Just say there was a bit of an echo.
Okay, yeah, that was probably what was causing it. Anyway, let's move on. It's a bit of a scissor reel. They had Life is Strange.
Hooray.
Looks rubbish. Romancing.
You like Life is Strange?
Do you know? Honestly, I like Life is Strange 2. I've completely flipped on the first one. In all honesty.
Did you play Life is Strange 3 by any chance as well?
I haven't played True Colors yet. No, I've not got round to it.
Do you intend to?
No, because maybe. I'll say maybe. I want to, but honestly,
Can I just say I am so happy that game didn't win any awards at the Game Awards last year.
Yeah, I agreed. I didn't. Really. It was just not great for me. Romancing another romancing saga, something called Thunderfall, Disney Speedstorm got another trailer, and they did a trailer for Fall Guys Season 2.
You forgot Lego Brick Tales.
Oh yeah, Lego Brick Tales, yeah. Then we got a really good announcement. Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, a remaster of the Wii game, comes February 24th. What a great addition to the Switch.
Yeah.
Didn't expect to get another Kirby game this soon.
Yeah, but it does feel like they're really doing a great thing for Kirby's 35th anniversary, because we've got the 3D game with Forgotten Land, which was really good. We've had the.
Technically, it's going to be 36th anniversary when this comes out.
It's just falling into the 35th anniversary sort of time frame at that point.
Yeah.
But and then we're gonna have we got the 3D game, the party game, and the 2D game. You got all of Kirby covered in 1 year. And this is a really good choice. It's got great co-op. It's a really good Wii game that unfortunately not many people played because it came out around the end of the Wii.
And it's also been now, so you can all play as Kirby now in multiplayer.
Oh, that's a good addition. But I think I'd want to play if someone had Kirby, I'd want to play as Meta Knight or DDD.
And no one will play Waddle Dee.
No, but Waddle Dee's a good boy.
Now we can be equally Puyo though, which is great.
Puyo. So next, final thing to talk about was a very good choice to end on this one, because I think they only had so much they could do with this.
There was only one thing that could have ended it on. Let's be honest.
Well, there was two things, and I wasn't sure which one they were going to pick.
What do you think the other one would have been?
I thought they were going to end on Metroid Prime HD, to be honest.
No, I feel like that's more of a starting thing.
But it did feel like it was a bit of put up or shut up time for the sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. They have it now. Yeah. It's done. It's got a full title and a release date. It's called Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's coming out the 12th of May. And despite the fact everyone said we didn't see enough of it, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's really
damn,
good.
It looks like they've really expanded from Breath of the Wild.
Oh, just to alliterate on a previous point, I'm sending a thing in chat. Some Bayonetta... Not twat, chat, sorry.
I mean, it is on Twitter.
Some Bayonetta free previews have dropped on a lot of YouTube channels. Might I recommend watching it through the Good Vibes Gaming one, because I'm a Patreon to them.
And,
This is the professionalism of this podcast. Everybody, these two go on Twitter whenever we record.
I have alerts from Nibel just in case things happen while we're doing it. But okay, Tears of the Kingdom. It's coming 12th of May. It is going to fit that springtime that everyone said. I think this is a permanent release date now. I think no more delays. This is the release date.
It has to be.
I can't see Nintendo now turning around delaying it. I think like that last delay was the last one they needed. They've got it sorted now. Would you agree with that one, Reese?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that seems like and the build they showed that looks done. Almost done,
yeah.
Say. Like, I mean, there's going to be tons of speculation videos on this, but we've still not seen the full blowout of this game.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Is it the January or February direct that we get the full blowout, or do we get a full blowout in like March, April when it has its own direct?
I'm gonna say its own direct. Just because I think you can't give games like Splatoon 3 and Xenoblade 3 their own direct and not give Tears of the Kingdom one.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be...
Xenoblade's better.
Yeah, but, okay, more to the point. I have to agree with Elliot on this one. I think they're going to announce a small trailer at the beginning of the February or January or February direct, because I think it might be in January now, the next direct.
Yeah.
But... because February is coming quite packed from what I can see on Nintendo Switch, and I'm wondering when do they fit in marketing-wise. But anyway, and then they say, by the way, in March, we're going to have Tears of the Kingdom Direct, and we'll go over just what all these new features you're going to have.
I'd probably say we get one around April. I feel like they wouldn't want the wait to be too long between direct and the game releasing.
Yeah, but I think we get the announcement of there's going to be a direct for Tears of the Kingdom in the next general direct.
Yeah, definitely.
That being said, what do you guys think of the look of Tears of the Kingdom at this point?
Looks good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's graphically a step up from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Everything does want more details.
Yeah, and I don't think that means... And people, I think, are going to speculate that means this is running on new hardware.
No, it doesn't.
No, absolutely not. It could be.
When will people learn that as a console goes on, the games naturally look better?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think people have got this idea, especially because of the way the Switch has been over the last few years, that consoles are kind of in a fixed state with graphics. It's not true. People learn how these engines work. They get more familiar with the technology. They can do more with it.
I mean, example of that, Drake's Fortune compared to The Last of Us.
I was just about to bring up the Uncharted games. They're a prime example of how much...
The first Uncharted game looked good, but it looks nowhere near as good as The Last of Us. And even when it came out, we got a remaster for the PS4, they didn't have to change much.
Exactly. And so here's my thoughts. It could be running on new hardware, but we won't see it on new hardware when it comes out. This is going to come out, and this will come out and play on your base Switch that we have right now.
I still hold to it that we're not going to get new hardware for at least another couple of years.
I think at the earliest it's late 2023.
I'd say even beyond. I'd say beyond that. I say 2024 at the earliest.
I think you're right, Elliot, unless the next hardware is a revision, not a new system, and they're going for a longer life cycle with the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like the Switch OLED Lite.
No, what I mean more is we get a Switch 4K, because there has to be something significant now. Whatever they do next has to be something significant. If it is a revision, they have to say, this is a 4K Switch now.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. When I think of like a 4K Switch, I think that's such a step up. It will have to be a new system. I'm
not entirely convinced, because what I've heard is it's going to be.
I mean, really, when you look at the OLED, the only real difference is with the game in handheld mode. I feel like if we're wanting something to bump up to 4K, it will have to be a new Switch. That's my personal belief.
Well, the way they're going to do it with 4K is they're going to use a technology called DLSS, which it actually gives you more the illusion of 4K more than actually being general native 4K. For example, Returnal, I believe that uses DLSS technology to achieve 4K. It's a very good technology. It would only be that when docked. And I think from what I've heard from like tech guys, you could do it. You could have the current Switch. You have the current Switch size, the current Switch docks, all that business. You put in that technology in there to give you 4K when docked. So I wouldn't say what I've heard Nintendo's plan might be when it comes to Switch systems is it'll be like iPhones and Androids, which is every couple of years there's a slight upgrade to it, and you might choose to go for that upgrade or you might not.
Or in the case of iPhones, upgrades.
Yeah, well, it would. I think
we moved the camera over slightly.
Yeah,
we removed the audio jack, and we're charging you more for it.
Yeah,
we've made the notch at the top, but the tiny bit shorter.
So next, so that was a direct.
Yep, that was all the Nintendo stuff.
What do you guys think of this Nintendo Direct overall?
I'm personally mixed.
Mixed, Reese?
I'd say above average.
I'm going to be honest. I thought it was pretty good.
The main reason I'm mixed is because the same reason a lot of other people do. There were too many farming simulators and too many RPGs.
I agree. That was a big problem.
Like outside of the stuff I was really excited for, there wasn't anything that interested me.
Okay.
Like at all. I just thought, and like I've been thinking this because this year I feel like we've had too many RPGs, and we've just had, and just for it to be RPG farming simulator, I just think, can you not give us something a bit different?
The thing is, though, I found it a bit interesting that the attitude is rather mixed, considering if you said on paper this will be a mixed direct, but there's a mixed attitude. If you said on paper you're going to get a direct that has Fire Emblem, Octopath Traveler 2, Pikmin 4, and a new Legend of Zelda and Kirby, you would say that sounds like a really good direct, almost like, but. People have come off rather lukewarm towards it, and I think it was most of those scissor reels were not quite as good as they thought they were. But yeah, I got
like and like even when it comes to like the stuff I'm dead excited for, like Octopath 2, Tales of Symphonia, a lot of it is just RPGs, really.
Well, to be fair, I got Theatre Rhythm, so I'm very happy with that one. But that being said, the thing that put it was the thing of all of that what I mentioned that kind of put it over the edge, and Tears of the Kingdom looks so good, and I'm a bit annoyed that people say we haven't seen enough of it. It's like, dude, we got the release date and a title. That's all I need right now. I just need to know it's definitely coming out in spring 2023. It now is. I'm now just going to wait on seeing more of it. I'm a little more reassured by it. That's all I needed.
Yeah, and now we know why this wasn't broadcast live due to the title of Breath of the Wild 2.
Yes, and I think people were joking about
that. We might as well just call it The Legend of Zelda Britain.
That being said, I think people were joking about that, but I think that genuinely was the reason why it didn't broadcast on the UK live stream.
Yeah.
So
also, I've also just keep seeing a joke saying it's a shame the Queen died just before Splatoon 3 came out. She would have really loved it.
I've genuinely seen people on the Splatoon Splatsville with signs like R.I.P. Queen.
Yeah, she would have loved Splatoon 3.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Just someone get.
Yeah, that is a thing. A lot of people would think that us Brits will probably get offended by that. We just laugh.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah. I want there to be now I want now footage of King Charles playing Splatoon 3.
Now, I want to see footage of him playing Wii Sports on the Golden Wii.
Oh yes, they got that golden Wii lying around. They do, yeah.
Actually, I think apparently it's been auctioned off. From what I've heard. Shame. Okay, whoever has the Golden Wii, I want you to do footage of you playing Wii Sports on it. Preferably Wii Sports Resort, and it has to be tennis.
Can I ask?
Table tennis.
What do you guys think was missing here? Really, for you guys?
Not for me, but I heard a lot of people kind of hoping for information on the new Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I think Donkey Kong's a little bit. I'm pretty sure that Donkey Kong game exists. It's just a little bit off from what they want to do, and of course, the weird thing for now is anything they're discussing, pretty much from the February Direct onwards, is we're considering new hardware at this point.
Also, so, yeah. I guess Metroid Prime. As I think it not being here confirms that it's not a 2022 release.
Yeah, no, I believe Metroid Prime HD is a thing. I think here's the thing. I'm going to say this. This is a little bit of a mini rant, which is Jeff Grubb is not a liar. VGC and all those outlets are liars. I watched Jeff Grubb's podcast diligently. At no point were the words "this is going to be a Zelda blowout" came out of their mouths. They said, we are predicting it's going to be a Zelda blowout. They had a prediction. That is not, we know. They're saying, we think it's going to be like this, but we're not sure. The timing seems right. And from what I've heard, Metroid Prime is coming around this time, so this will be the time we should expect to see it. That's the thing. The reason why Metroid Prime wasn't here... So I'm getting sick of people saying that that these leakers are liars. They're not liars. The problem is that they were saying these are predictions.
Also, a lot of times they admit that they are wrong at times.
Yeah, they will admit when they get something wrong. They'll say, look, my source of information, I probably should have double-checked it. Even on today's podcast, Jeff Grubb was saying, I probably should have double-checked this. My bad on this one, but it seemed right, and the timing seemed right, so it made a lot of sense. Metroid Prime HD, I think it'll now come in 2023, maybe March. I've noticed there's no big end of fiscal year game for Nintendo in March this year, and they usually like to have something around that time. So,
well, if the rumors are to believed, it could be Advance Wars now.
I don't think Advance Wars, but Advance Wars could be there. I mean, it's not coming unless it comes out in December, which I'm not sure it probably is now. I think March seems like the time they'll put Advance Wars out there, but maybe they'll put Advance Wars and Metroid Prime HD in the same month. Like Advance Wars comes out in the first couple of weeks of March, and Metroid Prime HD comes out in March. The thing about it is, though, any way you announce Metroid Prime HD, you've got to talk about Metroid Prime 4. And I think that's the thing. Yeah. That's the reason why they've pushed this thing back a little bit. They want to be able to talk about Metroid Prime 4 before they talk about Metroid Prime HD.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I think the one thing I'm going to say now is never coming, unless this next Switch is a revision. The one thing that's never coming to the Switch as we know it is Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Those games, for whatever reason, have either been pushed to 2024 or have been scrapped entirely.
I don't think they would have been scrapped. I think they're holding it off to give Tears of the Kingdom some time.
Yeah, it's quite hard to not say Breath of the Wild 2 anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like if it does come out, it will probably be late 2023 at the latest.
I know.
At the earliest.
Yeah, I know. I think it's a while off till we see Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess. And a lot of people said, do those games even exist?
Do you mean Wind Waker and Twilight Princess?
Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Yeah, you tell me. Oh, it's weird to say Tears of the Kingdom rather than Breath of the Wild 2. Yeah, you call Wind Waker Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, I made an error there.
Oh, just Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, no. So I think Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, they're a little bit off. I think we're looking. I don't know when we're going to see them, but I think I'd be so surprised Nintendo just scrapped those after they got them successfully ported to Switch. Apparently, they're done.
I mean, I'm fine waiting.
Obviously, I'm going to listen to a few of my trusted sources on this one, see what they say about Wind Waker, about Twilight Princess, what's going on with that.
I'm not going to listen to it anyway because I like the mystery. I like surprises.
But okay, so other than that, is there anything else really we could have say was kind of missing at this? Actually, one that was missing third party wise, and it's not in the state of play either. Sonic Frontiers.
We got the show in Japan.
Yeah, the trailer in Japan happened. I'm surprised it wasn't a trailer for us in the West. Same with Persona 5 Royal. That had the similar deal. Got a trailer in the Japanese Direct. Didn't get a trailer in this one. I feel
instead we got 4 different farming games.
Yeah, I feel like you could have taken one of those farming games out and put Sonic Frontiers in its place.
Or at the very least, I've given us a bit of information, more information on Persona 3 and 4.
I think they're saving that for Tokyo Game Show. From what I've heard, those have leaked out that the Tokyo Game Show is where we're going to get more information on Persona 3 and 4. Next, other than that, I can't think of much else that was in about this Direct. It was very clear. And I think Nintendo not only has got a very good end of 2022, they've got a really good start of 2023.
Yeah.
They've got. Well, let's look at the release calendar now. You've got. Just had Splatoon 3 just come out. In next month, we're getting. Later this month, you're going to be able to buy a box copy of Bayonetta 1. Next month, you've got.
I'm going to have to get the complete collection for Switch.
I mean, if you count third parties, next month we're getting Persona 5 Royal on Switch, and there's Mario plus Rabbids, and you got Bayonetta 3. I mean, Bayonetta 3 is going to take up all my time with that one.
Oh, same.
Then in November, you count Sonic Frontiers as well. You've got that, and you've got Pokemon, which will be excellent releases. December's a bit light, but it always is, so not surprised there. Maybe.
I mean, I've got the Callisto Protocol December. That's all I need.
Yeah, and in December I'm playing Crisis Core, so I'm happy with that one. But maybe in December they'll drop Advance Wars. Be a bit of a surprise. You never know. Then you've got in January Fire Emblem, and in February Octopath Traveler 2, Kirby Return to Dreamland, and Theater Rhythm. That's a really good selection of software. And then if you go even further forwards into May, you've got Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's a really, really great time. I mean, it's going to be it's weird to think this is the long. Do you know what I found weird? See, they're still saying this is the longest we've gone with a mainline Zelda between mainline Zeldas, but it hasn't felt like that because of the amount of Zelda releases we've had.
Yeah.
Just because we've had all the Hyrule Warriors, and we've had the Skyward Sword HD, and the Link to the
Link's
Awakening remake.
Yeah.
Why haven't they got that studio to do something else? Those guys did a really good job. Get them to do Oracle of Ages and Seasons, for God's sake.
Yeah.
But it's weird to think this will be the first year since the Switch came out we're not going to have a Zelda release on it. Unless you count Majora's Mask coming to NSO.
Yeah, I think that counts.
But it's kind of weird to think. Shall we move on to because we've been doing this for like an hour and a half. Let's move on to State of Play, I think.
Yeah.
So State of Play came a few hours afterwards, and after torturously watching...
A few hours afterwards? It was like night. It was like 6 hours later.
Yeah, and after we torturously watched Ren try to fight Moog. Repeatedly. State of Play, very strong...
If it makes you feel any better, I'm still trying to fight the Dragon Lord. Whose name I cannot pronounce.
Oh, that one will take...
Partly because it looks like it's spelt like a medicine for anxiety.
Oh yeah, I know the one you're on about. Yeah. People went into this State of Play with way too high expectations. I knew to temper my expectations going into this one. I don't know about you guys.
People went in with high expectations?
Yeah, people went in with very high expectations. They were saying things like...
It's a fucking fucking state of play.
Yeah, but they were saying things like Spider-Man 2 and Final Fantasy 16 and Elden Ring DLC, and I was like, no, calm down, guys. It's not that much.
Oh, Elden Ring DLC is way too early for that.
Yeah, no, seriously. Earliest we're seeing Elden Ring DLC is the Game Awards, and even then, it's just going to be a banner that says Elden Ring DLC is in production. Which I don't think they will do that, because I think there's a rule at the Game Awards: if you're nominated for Game of the Year, you can't have a trailer for DLC in the thing. But but that being said, I knew going into this is going to be Japanese focused, because Tokyo Game Show is about to be happening. Everyone's setting up their booths. They want to look for a good demo, and they wanted to make sure they get a bit more of PSVR 2, because that's on the floor of Tokyo Game Show for the first time.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't realize it was going to be a Japanese-focused one. And when I was watching it, I was just thinking, boy, for a company that just shut down all their Japanese studios, they are showing up a lot of Japanese things.
Yeah, but again, that's because of that. It's because Tokyo Game Show is happening. Very Japanese developer-focused event. They want to set up their demos. First one, Bandai Namco shows up with the first gameplay look at Tekken 8. Supposedly...
Oh, so good.
It looks awesome, yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously. This looks like... I thought, well, there's no way they're going to step it up that much from Tekken 7. I was like, holy shit, they've really stepped it up from Tekken 7. Fucking hell.
Especially Tekken 7 launched on the PS4. So this is remaking just the PS5 hardware.
This has got to be a PS5 exclusive. I can't believe it's going to look like that on PS4 as well.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I'll just say it's kind of funny seeing Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. Everyone getting really hyped for that, and you just being a Soul Calibur fan, just like, where's 7?
It'll be there soon, Elliot.
I want it now.
I've just finished the trailer. It does only say PS5 as a logo, no PS4 logo.
Right, so this is a PS5. Well, it's coming to Xbox Series X and Steam as well, but this is a next gen only thing. But that being said, I was always...
It's coming to other consoles.
Yeah, well, Tekken 6 and 7...
I thought Tekken was PlayStation exclusive.
No, since 6, since 6 they've been multi-plat.
Yeah.
Well, put a fucking bullet in my brain, man. Goddamn.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was always going to buy this on PlayStation, because I just can't separate Tekken and PlayStation in my mind. Those two go together.
You know what? I'll admit, as I said before, I've never really gone into Tekken. I'm gonna try with this one. It looks fucking dope.
I will say though, Tekken for me, it's a good fighting game. It's a good fight. On one hand, it's very easy. It's very easy to learn, hard to master. It definitely doesn't feel as much of a barrier to it as Street Fighter is.
Oh, Street Fighter is.
That's the place I learned the 10-hit combos for every character.
Yeah.
Street Fighter makes games like make games like Bayonetta and Devil May Cry look easy.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping. That being said, Tekken 8 it looks great. I'm definitely going to pick it up. It just said stay tuned for more information, but I think this is a 2023 game. Considering,
I can see that.
I don't think you show off gameplay like this if it's a 2024 onwards. Like,
I guess at the same time, I feel like it'll come out at Street Fighter 6 will come out before then, because we saw more of that.
Yeah, no. Street Fighter 6 is definitely coming out before Tekken 8. Tekken 8 at best is late 2023.
Yeah.
But
God, just all the particle effects where it's Jin versus Kazuya in that fight. It's like everything's exploding at once.
Also, dude, this is something that's going to be kind of weird. Apparently, if what I've heard in the law is correct, this might be the first game where we don't get Heihachi. Because if I remember, he actually dies in Tekken 7.
Yeah. So in the final fight, Kazuya kills his father, Heihachi.
Which, so that's gonna be weird.
Yeah, I totally believe he's dead. He's definitely dead.
Apparently, according to the law, he is actually dead.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, especially doing Heihachi in law can thank Newt. I think he's probably still alive somewhere. Yeah,
he's still alive somewhere. He never fucking dies. Fucker ate an axe that was thrown at him, for fuck's sake. Oh god.
Tekken law is weird.
Oh yeah.
It's so good though. I'll get into it.
Again, this is coming from a fucking Soul Calibur fan.
Yeah. So we got our PSVR 2 segments. There's an update coming for Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, so they were planning this for a while because their whole Star Wars thing at Disney World is called Galaxy's Edge, where it's all sequel stuff. And they said they were planning to do video games and tie stuff to that.
Oh, I see. Okay. I mean, I don't think this is something I'm going to pick up if I get VR 2.
Well, it's interesting that Disney are doing stuff after the original trilogy rather than trying to focus on banking on people's nostalgia.
Well, you know what people are like.
Well, that was the whole point with Galaxy's Edge. Originally, it was supposed to be for the original trilogy, but all the new people who came in after George left said no, we want to make it sequel only.
Okay.
Seems weird. Another one. It's a game called Demio. Demio, yeah.
Quick question about this one. Why is this VR?
Yeah,
it doesn't look like it has to be.
Yeah, that's what surprised me.
So you can pick up and throw the dice, maybe.
I mean, yeah, I guess wanted to simulate tabletop gaming, but really, this much?
Yeah,
at least have a version that you can play on PS5.
Do you know what? When I played, when I saw this, I thought it was a spiritual successor to Eye of Judgment. You know that camera card game you could play on PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was, and surprisingly, it's not. But
I do not remember that one.
Oh, it was a card game. It was like a card game. You got this mat, and you took the eye camera. You had this sort of like thing for it above, and you put the cards, and it was the augmented reality would mean they'd actually appear on the television.
Oh, that's cool.
The problem is when you did it online, just to make sure you weren't cheating and card stacking, it actually had a virtual deck for you. So you had to look into your deck and pick up all the cards that you drew in the game to put into your hand, and it was really confusing.
Oh, Jesus.
So, but as a whole, I think it's a real... I think I like the look of it, but I'm with Elliot on this one. I don't understand why this needs to be a VR game.
Yeah, definitely.
Then we went a bit more. Then we got a bit into the Like a Dragon thing. We only got one announcement because there's been a whole bunch of Like a Dragon announcements.
This is probably the thing in this state of play I'm most excited for.
Yeah, it's Like a Dragon Ishin. It's coming in February. It's never been released outside Japan until
just because this is a more Yakuza.
Yeah, again,
I love Yakuza. It looks great.
Yeah, it's great. What do you think, Reese?
Yeah, it looks good. It's also coming to PS4 as well. It's not PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, I do find that weird that the PS4 is still going to be supported entirely throughout 2023.
Yeah, which is because if I remember, they first gave up on the PS3 around this time into the PS4's life, right?
Yeah. Like the only game that really came out very late for PS3 was Persona 5.
And that's because it was coming out for PS3 anyway.
So that'll be. I mean, that's an interesting discussion, but I think Like a Dragon Ishin, it looks pretty good. I assume, Elliot, this is definitely a pickup for you.
Oh, absolutely. As I said, I love the Yakuza series is really great. I fucking love it. Cannot wait to play it.
Next thing up was Hogwarts Legacy. Skip.
Pacific Drive.
Pacific Drive. It's a game that now this one looks a little more like it should be VR than Demio was.
Yeah,
it looks for lack of comparison, I guess it reminds me a bit of Stranger Things.
To me, I thought this can't be a trailer for Stalker 2 because that game's Xbox exclusive.
I'll be honest, when I saw the look of it, I was thinking, this isn't Alan Wake 2, is it?
You know, I thought for a second, holy shit.
I was actually thinking about it first as well.
It comes out in 2023. Looks all right. I'm going to wait and see on this one.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Then we got Got an update on PlayStation's new loyalty program, PlayStation Stars. It's going to have sort of like different challenges based on different games each week, and you're going to get digital collectibles based on based on several franchises in PlayStation history. Now, I have been assured these are not NFTs. They're basically like Steam cards, you know, where you get those you pick up those.
Oh yeah, those, yeah.
They're basically the PlayStation equivalent of those, but they're going to have like a 3D cabinet for them. NFTs, they have to be something like, they have to be unique digital files that only you own the code for. So
am I the only one who's surprised that NFTs are still going? Just fucking kill them already.
I'm surprised the whole thing hasn't collapsed so far. It's on
for God's sake, the only thing I see them as is just a waste of fucking money.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah, and bad for the environment. But it's been proven 80% of the NFTs are owned by the top 10% of people who are into that shit.
But it's just kind of like at that point you just know that's just such an arse to mouth feeding machine already. Yeah. That's the human centipede has more dignity than this.
Yep.
Incidentally, I really believe at one point these were going to be NFTs, but Sony wisely said, no, we are not getting in that shit.
I will give NFTs this. It gave us the majesty that is the CryptoLem promotional video.
Oh, God.
Which is some of the most...
I can't unsee
it. Terrible things that is so terrible, it is hilarious. But not in the way of The Room where you end up liking it at the end. More in a way where you still end up fucking hating it.
Oh, now I've now got in my head. I did not hit her. It is not true. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I've just got that in my head
Mark.
Completely.
I did not hit her. It's not to do with bullshit. Did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
It's so... It just...
That's the best Tommy Wiseau impression you will see this stream.
Yes, exactly. I might sign up for PlayStation Stars when it comes out, but I want other people to be the guinea pigs for me.
It's free, so I might.
What about you, Reese?
I'll see what others are saying first.
It is
going
I get
into it.
Yeah, it's going to Asia first, so we'll get a few reports on it ahead of time. Next up, a game called Sin Duality comes out in 2023.
I have no idea what this is.
No, me either. That one.
All I know is Anime Girl and Mech.
Which...
Yeah, it's like a gathering survival game with a mech where you build a base.
Okay.
That's what appears to be in the trailer.
That's cool.
It's a third-person sci-fi shoots. It's a sci-fi third-person mech shooter. Apparently.
You play with it.
Well, considering how disappointed you were with SD Gundam, Reese, this might be up your alley.
Oh, yeah. I just sent in that review the other day.
Yeah, that's going online soon. Then we have... now, this is a project that... these are 2 PS5 exclusives coming up next. First off, a project that we found out about the last PlayStation presentation last year. Project Eve. It's got a story trailer and its title. It's called Stellar Blade.
It looks so good.
Yeah, this looks really good.
It looks really fucking good.
And Sony obviously ponied up a lot of money because the Xbox and PC versions have been cancelled. It's PlayStation 5 only now. Sony is publishing this.
I didn't even know it was coming on Xbox and Steam.
Yeah, no, it is now going to be Sony published. It will now be an exclusive.
It looks really cool. It looks like Bayonetta meets Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah, it definitely has that feel to it. What do you think?
I guess for another comparison, Vivi.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, Reese, what did you think of the look of Stellar Blade?
Yeah, I think it looks great. The combat animations is spectacular. What we've seen in the trailer.
I agree. I think it looks great. Then we got a trailer for a game that's being done by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja. It's called Rise of the Ronin. Looks genuinely very interesting what they're making with this game. It's sort of action RPG set in feudal Japan. It's obviously a very big project because it's not coming out till 2024.
Oh, I know this one. This this is recent concepts overdone for 500, please, Axe.
Yes, exactly. That's the prop. That's definitely an issue we have right now.
Like since Ghost of Tsushima, we've just gotten a lot of these.
I agree. I don't think this is. I think we need to see way more of this before I get properly excited. This is just a concept at this point, as far as I'm concerned. Even though they showed some gameplay, it still feels like it's just a concept than it is the game.
Yeah. Apparently it's a scrolling action RPG, whatever that means.
It means like you go from left to right. There's no like 3D movement. Which makes me wonder, why is it going to take till 2024 to come out? Yeah, well, obviously, game development is a very difficult thing. They must be coming up with something interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on this one, especially considering it's PS5 exclusive. So, the final game they went out on, obviously they had to talk about this a little bit because it's coming out in a couple of months. God of War Ragnarok gets a new story trailer.
And a new controller.
And a new controller, which I'm actually going to try and find that controller if I can get it. But I'm not going to go out of my way to get it. And you know what I mean?
I'm probably going to try. I skipped out on the special edition for Ragnarok, so I'm probably going to try and get the controller at least.
Yeah, no. But that being said, the story trailer looked really good. It makes the game look amazing. Like they've looked at everything they've done in God of War and said, "How can we take it to the next level?"
From what it looks like, at least from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like they changed the combat too much. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining about that because that was normally the case with all the other God of War games.
Yeah, and it's also because again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This God of War's combat, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think they've got a larger variety of enemies this time, though. I think that's the major change.
That's normally the case with like most God of War games. They do change the enemy variety up a little bit.
Okay, here's the thing that.
Let's just say that you and Rendo get stuck on stream again and drop the game.
No, this time it's definitely going to go to the end. This time, I'm insisting.
Yeah. Wait, does that mean we're going to see you guys try God of War PS4 again?
Do you know? I think we might.
Hey, because you only made it up to because you only did 4 parts last time.
Yeah, but the difference is, I think since Ren did it, I think this time I'm going to do it.
Can't wait to see you try the Valkyrie fights.
Exactly the same place.
Actually, to be fair, in my last playthrough, I beat 7 of the Valkyries.
I beat them all.
I just ran out of time to
The Queen took me hours.
Oh yeah,
no. A tough fight.
Oh god, yeah, no, the Valkyrie fights are tough.
But you know what? Fucking fun. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, no, they feel very rewarding to beat. But judging from this story trailer, they might still be alive because they showed up. Something that looks like them showed up in the trailer.
Yeah, 2 Valkyries do show up and just beat the crap out of Kratos.
There's what else is in the trailer? Oh, it looks like Odin showed up briefly in the trailer. In shadows, like the guy who Atreus answers the door to. I'm pretty sure that's Odin.
I don't know. Might have been more the gods we saw in the other game.
There's.
But we saw Thor. We saw Thor though.
Yeah, we got a good look at Thor.
Thor is thick.
And we got, and we got quite.
Got some tub on him.
Yeah, we got quite a good look at Tyr.
Just like he's supposed to in actual mythology.
True.
And not look like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, true, but he looks more like the mythology. That being said, what do you think of the look of? What do we think of a Tyr at this point? Because he looks like he's going to play quite a significant role in this one.
Yeah.
They're definitely aware. We know from the last game they are quite aware of the Greek pantheon. Because and again in this one,
something that definitely interests me is that it seems like they're going to be delving more into the other games, into the previous games in this one.
Yeah, because they do.
Because you can tell that the PS4, that God of War PS4 was mostly its own thing. There was some reference to Kratos' past doings, but it was mostly its own thing. They seem like it's really going to delve into it.
Yeah, there was a lot of references to things like God, him being the God Killer. What do you guys think of this story trailer?
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, that's great.
I cannot wait to play God of War Ragnarok.
It
looks so good.
I mean, I'm a massive God of War fan. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, it's going to be an excellent time for us, that one. The thing is for me though, now, I know people are going to disagree with me on this one. No more story trailers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This is as
We're
much
too close to release now. We don't need any more.
exactly. I got enough of the story. If you're going to give me another trailer, show me some of the new gameplay stuff I'm going to be doing. That's it.
I think maybe we might get like kind of a mini state of play showing off some of the combat changes with it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say there's not enough new in it to justify that, but again, they did it with
I guess.
But again, they did it with Horizon Forbidden West, and I would still argue that one doesn't have enough new that it deserved its own state of play.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know. I still haven't played it.
It's a
but because I still haven't finished Zero Dawn.
I'll say I do think it's better. I do think Forbidden West is better, but only by a small margin.
All right.
That was the state of play. What do you guys think of it?
All right.
For what it was.
Yeah, good for what it was, but especially after that Nintendo Direct, some of the big announcements in that, it did feel like a bit of a come down.
I mean, it was just small. It was just a short one, really.
Yeah, too many.
Perfectly adequate, Elliot.
Sorry.
You had a bit of an echo.
Adequate.
You had a bit of an echo output there, but
yeah.
I think the big thing for me about this was though people went into this with too high of expectations.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man 2 was never going to be in this. That needs a much bigger show.
It's still too early. Like I don't think it's getting released till like 2024. I think they said.
No, it's meant to come out end of 2023. I don't believe that for a second.
I think it's going to be more 24 release.
I agree. I think it gets delayed to 2024. What do you think, Reese?
Yeah, I think possibly 2024.
I mean, I feel like we're going to get Wolverine before we get that. Personally.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, they don't need to put in a state of play or anything. They could just put the release date on a Twitter drop out of nowhere.
But I feel like it's such a big game, they'll probably have to.
Yeah, but you'd say about God of War Ragnarok. That thing only got its release date on Twitter. There wasn't a state of play or a presentation for it. It was just, here's God of War. It's coming out November the 7th.
But also, I mean, I guess also because it's Insomniac, they're like one of Sony's biggest companies.
Yeah, true. I should say November the 9th, I should have said. Sorry.
How dare you?
It is Insomniac, so that might make a difference. I mean, I feel like PlayStation, they're getting to that stage where all their studios are now working on something. But I'm wondering how's that going to affect their release schedule? Like there seems like a lot of their big games next year, they're relying on third parties. I mean, they're going to have a lot of games that they publish, but that being said, it's going to be things like Stellar Blade. That's a third party company making that. You have Forspoken, that's Square Enix, and also Final Fantasy 16, that's Square Enix. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, if it doesn't get delayed to 2024.
Technically, Forspoken was meant to come out this year. We were supposed to have it by now.
Yeah. So that's also does that makes it out next year? That's Square Enix. I feel like they probably should try to get one of their Marvel games out next year, just because I think they need to show something that's done in their own PlayStation studios.
Again, I feel like we're going to get Wolverine first.
What do you reckon, Reese? Is Wolverine coming before Spider-Man 2?
I think it will be Spider-Man 2 first. Just because we know more about that than we do Wolverine at this point. I'd
say at this point it's 50-50. I think
it's I say Wolverine probably more because I'm not saying this is just my guess. I'm not confirming this. That's just my guess. I have a slight feel I don't fully think that Wolverine is going to be open world.
Okay, now what happens is if VGC was actually paying attention to what we say, it would say, Leaker says that Spider-Man is getting delayed to 2024, but Wolverine will come out in 2023, but it won't be open world.
I'm just saying that because I feel like with Wolverine, it will probably fit more with it being like more of a linear action game than it would an open world.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a Last of Us type game.
Especially seeing as like most most X-Men games in general are like action games.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going a bit more linear, but
yeah, definitely not. I'm not saying it's a complaint. I'm just saying.
No, I never said so. But what I'm saying is that's the way that a lot of these publications are now reporting. I'm just pointing out the point of why people are now having a go at Jeff Grubb. It's more they should be having a go at these publications that overstated what he said. I'm saying what they could have said from what you said was, Leaker says Spider-Man's getting delayed to 2024 and Wolverine will come out next year, but it won't be open world. But
I like to confirm, I am not at all a linker. To quote the right opinion, I'm just a twat with too much free time.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point, though. The point I'm stating is, you can say all that, it still could get reported a different way. So you have to. I'd always say, whenever you see one of these things in an article on Twitter, go back and find the podcast or the article where the leaker said this, and see.
It needs to say "fuck off IGN."
Yeah, exactly. So, incidentally, I'm definitely going to listen to Nate the Hate's next podcast on the Nintendo Direct because he's working with Digital Foundry on it.
Oh,
nice.
So cool. I'll send you the link to that in a minute. But I honestly thought it was a good day. I mean, it's a good day for me. Any day where you get a trailer for a new Zelda and the next God of War, I'd say is a good day. And you got Fire Emblem in there. That's a happy day for me.
Yeah, and we just got some news out of the Tokyo Game Show right now. Supersonic's been shown off in Frontiers.
Of course, Supersonic's been shown off. I love it. So I'm going to definitely watch that trailer as soon as we're done with this.
Yeah.
All I'll say, there's going to be...
Wait, anything that's missing from State of Play, do we think?
Yes, actually there is one game. I keep bringing this one up every time we do this, but I'm going to bring it up again because I'm wondering what's happened with it. Tachia, you know, the French-Caledonian Super Mario Odyssey clone.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, the colourful one.
Yeah. I really want to play that. I don't know what's happened to it. It was meant to come out spring this year, and the company's just gone silent.
The company's not gone bump, has it?
Let me check. I'm going to see what it says now, because I did this the other day. I checked up on an indie game I'm looking out for, and it said, on Steam it's just saying 2022 still, despite the fact it's clearly not coming out this year. Like that is not coming. Oh yeah, Tachia, a game inspired by a new calendar. It's now saying coming early 2023. According to this article I found. But I thought maybe that could have got a new trailer, especially considering some of the how late some of these games that were in this State of Play were gonna come out. But then again, that's a Western studio. That's not a studio that's going to be shown off at Tokyo Game Show, and this thing was definitely primarily meant for the Tokyo Game Show and the last push for God of War.
The only thing I can really think of that I was kind of hoping for was Alan Wake 2. I didn't think we were going to get. I was just hoping we would.
Again, I don't think Remedy was going to be at Tokyo Game Show, so I don't think that would have made sense. The most Western developers that are going to be at the Tokyo Game Show are Microsoft.
I don't know. I'm desperate to learn more about that game. I think we've already confirmed that I love Alan Wake more than necessary.
Here's the thing. Yes, we've guaranteed you get the review on that one, no matter what.
Oh! I would fight for that.
Actually, there's a couple of things I'm surprised didn't show up here. And it's the same ones from Nintendo Direct. Persona 5 Royal on PlayStation 5. I'm surprised didn't show up here.
I mean, what would they really have shown up? The frame rate's a bit better. Persona 5, get it October.
Well, the fact that you're not getting an upgrade means that they want you to buy it again. So I thought Atlas might have done it. I didn't say it would make sense. I just said I thought it might be here.
Maybe it's at the Tokyo Game Show.
Sonic Frontiers I thought might be here. But again, that's already been at Tokyo Game Show, so that makes a lot of sense. And the one I was genuinely surprised wasn't here, because I thought this was a certain when we heard about stuff earlier in the day. I thought they were going to announce Octopath Traveler 1 was coming to PS4 and 5 in the next coming months to get us ready for Octopath Traveler 2 coming to PlayStation 4 and 5.
Yeah.
I thought
maybe it's a Tokyo Game Show thing.
No, I think what's happened there is they've got some sort of marketing deal with Nintendo. But that being said, they wouldn't have it for the first one because the deal on that's why wound up. Overall, I mean, I've seen worse state of plays than this. I've seen state of plays where I've come out with nothing very fun at all. I got some good stuff in this one. Like Tekken 8 and God of War Ragnarok are appropriate starting and closing trailers, at least.
I mean, yeah, and Stellar Blade looks good. I'm really looking forward to Like a Dragon Ishin.
Yeah, look, we've watched way worse state of plays than this.
Still not as hype as the one that showed off more Final Fantasy 16. But you know what? I'm happy with it.
Yeah, but again, that one's the exception rather than the rule.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's because Final Fantasy 16 looks so fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah, no,
like this is the most excited I've been for a Final Fantasy game in fucking years.
So this will probably be the last professionally unprofessional until because we're going, unless we're going to do another sort of discussion in October, which we might do one now. There until the Game Awards announcements are in place, but for the time being, we will be having Anime Amigos Best of Summer on September the 30th. And of course, I think I've got a good subject in mind for the October one as well, actually, which I'm going to discuss with the lads off podcast.
Also, an announcement from me. Starting next week, I'm gonna be doing some streaming for like a few days the next 3 weeks.
Oh, excellent!
And on a new channel as well. So follow me on Twitter, Cafe the Gremlin.
What's the name of the new YouTube channel so people can find it?
Cafe the Gremlin.
Cafe the Gremlin. So you're looking for Cafe the Gremlin, which whenever I got my headphones in and it reads out the tweets, it says Cafe the Gremlin.
Yeah, that's because it's just that's because I'll be honest, I named myself from a character from Majora's Mask. Okay.
Yeah. No. So that was good choice. So you're looking.
Okay, it's because I am a gremlin. Let's be honest, I am a gremlin.
Yeah. But we will, and on that note, we will see you all next time. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you all soon. Bye.
Take care, y'all.
Bye, everyone.